In this video, we're going to talk through 4 critical mistakes Slavic professionals make when they present to their American clients or stakeholders. Mistake number 1 is the biggest one, and this is structure. Let's compare these two agenda slides. Imagine your client is waiting for you to present the solution to their problem. The core message is the same, but the structures of these presentations are different. Which one would you choose and why? The first presentation begins with background and context. Then all the details, and then the last part is recommendation. The other one is different. It begins with the recommendation. So which one looks familiar? Let's look at the Slavic way. We build presentation as if we are writing essay. First, we give lots of background information. Then we explain everything step by step. Show we did the work, we did the analysis. And your American client is already checking their phone. And finally, at the end, we say our main point, the recommendation. It comes from education system. Most European education, especially Eastern European education, follows French school of thought. We're taught the deductive approach. Start with general principles, build the argument slowly step by step, and then arrive at your conclusion. If you skip the reasoning and jump to conclusion, it feels unprofessional. People think, where's your proof? Show me your work. But Americans use inductive reasoning. Start with the conclusion, the specific answer, and then give you reasons. They say their key message first, right at the beginning. Here's what we should do, here's why, and that's it, done. This comes from the American culture. Time is money. If you don't give them the answer immediately, you look unprepared. They think, why are you wasting my time? Just give me the answer. And look, this isn't about one being better than the other. It's about understanding that if you're selling to Americans, you need to speak American. So how to fix this? Simple. Flip your presentation upside down. Here's what I tell my clients. Imagine your American client has only 30 seconds to listen to you. What's one thing you need them to know? Say that first. Then, underneath, give your top 3 supporting reasons. And below that, all the detailed analysis and data, if needed at all. If they need details, they'll ask you, trust me. Americans also call it BLUF, bottom line upfront. So that was the first mistake. Now let's move on to the second. By the way, tell me in the comments which of these mistakes sounds the most familiar to you. I read every comment. Okay, mistake number 2, social proof. How do you show that you're qualified? How do you build trust? When I worked with an Eastern European pre-sales team, I noticed in their presentations a lot of we and us. Our company was founded X years ago. We have X thousand employees. The whole intro was about them, the team and the company, and very little about you, the client. Your problem, how we can make you happy. And here's the thing, Slavic and American professionals introduce their experience completely differently. So let me show what's most probably happening in your presentations. Let me introduce the team. We have 3 PhDs from top universities. We're certified in AWS, Azure, and we have ISO certifications. Basically, degrees, years of experience, and certifications. So in our culture, this is how you build trust. You show your certification. Your education proves you know what you're doing. It is impressive, but the American client is thinking, so, and what about me? How does it help my company? So what about Americans? They don't care about your PhD. Well, they do, but that's not what builds trust. American needs to see results, metrics, proof, evidence that you can deliver. So American professionals start like this. We helped Dropbox reduce their infrastructure costs by $2 million last year. Our clients see an average 3x ROI within 6 months. Here's what Sarah, the CTO of the company X, said about working with us. See the pattern? Numbers, results, clients' testimonials. Research shows that 79% of American B2B buyers rely on customers' reviews and testimonials when making decisions. Their message is, here's the proof it works. Now you can work with us. So, how to fix your style? First, collect your wins. Make a list of specific results you've achieved. Numbers, names, specific outcomes. Second, get testimonials. American clients trust other clients more than they trust you. Ask your clients and colleagues to write short reviews. 1 paragraph. What problem did you solve? what was the result. Third, create case studies. Show the before and after. We're going to discuss this in the next mistake, by the way. Client had problem A. We implemented B and we received the result C. And step 4, now you can mention the credentials. They should be your supporting evidence, not your opening line. By the way, I share quick intercultural and soft skills tips on my Instagram. Join if you want more between the videos. Now let's move on to mistake number 3. Stories. How do you share case studies? Or how do you explain your experience? And here's a clash. Slavic professionals tell stories like historians. American professionals tell stories like movie makers. Here's what I see the whole time from Slavic professionals. They want to give full context and make us follow their story in a chronological order. They start explaining the market conditions from several years ago. Then they walk through each year, showing that one thing led to another. Eventually, they arrive at current situation and explain why the client needed help. They expect the audience to follow the events from the beginning to the end. But what's the American client thinking? Wait, what year are we talking about? And Americans tell stories completely differently. They start with a specific person and a concrete problem. They make the risks clear so that you are immediately interested. Then they show the quick transformation, what changed and when. They end with the measurable result and what the client said. The client is a hero, and you're the guide that helped them win. So how to fix it? If you start with something like this, the project started in early 2022. The client costs were up gradually because their system didn't work well. We spent 3 months studying the problem and looking at different solutions. Then we started making changes. You can transform this into a story using 3-part framework. First, the hero. Start with a specific person or a company. Give them a name, not a client in the manufacturing sector, but Company X or John, the CEO. Part 2, the problem. Show their specific painful problem with a number. They were losing X dollars per month. Their team were working 80-hour weeks. One clear problem, not 5, not 10, just one. And finally, part 3, the transformation. Show the before and the after. What changed? Skip the history, skip the methodology. Just show the transformation. If they need details, they'll ask. You remember. The whole story, 30 seconds to 3 minutes max. Here's what you get after improvements. The factor X was losing $200 a month on outdated systems. We automated their 3 biggest bottlenecks. Result? Costs dropped 40% in 3 months. Here's their CFO on the video explaining the impact. Looks better, right? Now, let's move on to the next one. Solutions. It's about framing. Do you lead with risks, problems, or solutions and opportunities? Here's the Slavic approach. You're presenting to an American client. You start by analyzing their situation. You want to show you understand their challenges. So you say, your current system has poor tracking, no integration with the CRM, and the reporting is inadequate. These issues are causing delays and are creating compliance risks. 5 sentences, all problems. In Slavic cultures, this shows you're smart, thorough, realistic. You're not sugarcoating, you're being honest about the challenges. Historically, many Slavic countries went through economic and political instability. Life wasn't easy. Mistakes could be dangerous or expensive. If you're too optimistic, people could think you're naive or dishonest. You need to prove you understand the complexity, all the things that could go wrong. But here's what the American client's thinking. Okay, I already know I have a problem. That's why I'm here. What's your solution? The Americans lead with the opportunity. Our system will cut your project delivery time by 40%. You'll have real-time visibility and automated reporting. Yes, your current system has gaps, but here's how to fix each of them. See the difference. Positive framing, solution-focused. Yes, they do mention problems, but quickly. Then they move to how to fix them. Americans have what psychologists call optimism bias. In the US, people are taught from the young age that they can achieve anything if they try hard. This American mindset makes people focus only on winning and ignore the chance of failing. In American business culture, optimism signals leadership and confidence. Focus on problems make you sound pessimistic, unsure, negative. So here's the fix. It's simple. Use the 80-20 rule. Flip it around. 20% you're focusing on problems. 80% you're exploring the solutions. And of course, keep your language positive. Use words like opportunity, growth, improve, not risk, problem, failure, issue. These are 4 critical mistakes that Slavic professionals make when presenting to American clients. If it gave you at least one useful idea, give it a like. It will help people like you find this video. And as a reward to those who watch this video to the end, I've created a 1-page checklist with 4 mistakes and how to fix them. Download it before your next presentation. Link in description.